Hi everyone, it's Christina. You know me from flipping houses all over Southern California. I've seen markets go up and I've seen them go down. Right now, in August 2025, we're seeing big changes. California has always been the place everyone watches. What happens here often tells us what might happen across the country. For years, prices seemed like they could only go up. Bidding wars were normal and houses sold in a flash. But things are different now. Know what's going on before you make a move. So, what's causing this big cool down in certain spots? It's not just one thing, it's a mix of problems all hitting at once, a perfect storm for real estate. The biggest factor is that homes just got too expensive for regular people. For years, prices climbed much faster than paychecks. Eventually, you hit a breaking point where most buyers simply can't afford the monthly mortgage payment. Interest rates are higher than they were a few years ago, pushing monthly costs up. Another huge piece is the change in how we work. Remote work is here to stay for many. You don't have to live in a super expensive city just to keep your job. People are leaving places like San Francisco and Los Angeles for cheaper markets in Texas, Arizona, and Nevada. It's not just the mortgage. Property taxes and insurance add thousands to yearly costs. In areas with wildfire or flood risk, insurance is skyrocketing, sometimes unavailable. When insurers refuse new policies, buyers and lenders hesitate. That freezes markets. Let's get specific. San Francisco, one of the most famous housing markets in the world. For decades, this city was the poster child for crazy real estate. Now, downtown has struggled as tech companies shift to remote-first models. Many offices still sit empty. That weakens local businesses and housing demand. We're seeing more for-sale signs and quieter open houses across the city. In the last year, median home prices in San Francisco dropped by roughly 10 to 15%. That's huge when you're talking about million-dollar properties. Price cuts are common now. Properties are sitting much longer, 60 days or more in many neighborhoods. Closed shops and lower foot traffic have changed the vibe and the economy of the city. The glamour is still there, but the financial reality has shifted. Sellers must be realistic and patient. It's no longer an automatic seller's market. Now let's head north to a different kind of market, Redding and Shasta County. These areas were once affordable options for people escaping big cities, but the constant threat of wildfires is changing everything, visually and financially. Devastating fires have destroyed neighborhoods and pushed insurance costs through the roof. Many insurers have stopped writing new policies in high-risk zones. If you can get coverage, premiums can be 5 to 10 times higher than before. Homes in these areas are sitting for very long stretches. Inventory piles up. Even willing buyers can be blocked if lenders require insurance that's impossible to get. Buyers must consider safety, evacuation stress, and long-term costs before making an offer. Get insurance quotes before you offer and factor in long-term risk when pricing homes. Even in my own backyard of Southern California, some markets aren't thriving. Palmdale, Lancaster, Victorville, they boomed when LA prices spiked. These markets grew fast. Now they're facing a classic correction. Too hot, too fast. Wages didn't keep pace with home price jumps, making local buyers priced out. Now some remote workers are getting called back. Long commutes to LA or OC aren't appealing. The result? Inventory piles up, price reductions become common, and sales slow down. For buyers, more power and negotiating room. For sellers, realistic pricing and patience are key. The high desert dream has a reality check. Think long-term before you commit. When we say a market is bad, we mean two things: falling median prices and fewer sales. It comes down to the numbers: median price, sales volume, and days on market. In big cities like San Francisco, drops over 10% are common. Some rural towns see 15–20% declines. Days on market have increased dramatically. A home that sold in 10 days might now sit for months. Fewer buyers means fewer transactions, and price reductions become the norm. Both buyers and sellers can freeze. Buyers wait for lower prices. Sellers delay listing to avoid cuts. If you're selling in a struggling market, adjust expectations. The market has changed. Work with a knowledgeable local agent and price correctly from day one. Make your home move-in ready. Fresh paint, updated fixtures, and professional staging sell better now. Be prepared to wait and be open to negotiating terms, not just price. For buyers, this market is an opportunity. You have leverage again. Do inspections. Don't waive contingencies to outcompete. You don't have to in many areas now. Make reasonable offers. If the home's been on market a while, sellers are often willing to negotiate. Plan to stay put at least 5 to 7 years to ride out a recovery and avoid being underwater. Housing isn't in a bubble. It's tied to jobs, local rules, and natural risks. A diverse, stable job base makes a market resilient. Towns dependent on one big employer are vulnerable. Layoffs hit housing hard. Local zoning, permit delays, and high fees complicate building and can hurt housing supply. And Mother Nature, wildfires, floods, earthquakes, now plays a starring role in buyers' decisions. Before you buy, research hazard maps and insurance availability. These are critical factors now. So what should you watch for? First, interest rates. Fed decisions drive mortgage rates. Falling rates bring buyers back, rising rates add pressure. Monitor inventory. If homes sell faster and under contract signs return, that suggests stabilization. Keep an eye on local jobs. Hiring is good news. Layoffs are a red flag. Talk to agents, lenders, and neighbors. Data plus local color gives the best picture. The California dream is still out there. Be smart, patient, and data-driven to find it. If you like this breakdown, hit subscribe for weekly market updates. Leave questions below and I'll answer the most asked ones in the next video. Thanks for watching. Be informed, be careful, and good luck out there.